Am I crazy, or do a lot of video games nowadays feel slow? Like walking and the controls. Before we get into this highly controversial video, if you're like a youngin, like if you're kind of like in my age group or younger, you need to take a step back real quick and be honest with yourself and with me and with God, because I'm probably gonna make you upset, and that's okay, because you know life isn't perfect. Get over it, Johnny. But if you haven't been on the channel recently, I've been playing old games such as NES and SNES and even Atari games, and I was like, man, these controls feel so streamlined and ergonomic, and there's no button lag, and they're so good. And then I, for shits and giggles yesterday, decided to put in The Last of Us Part 1 on my PlayStation 5, because it was one of the first, I think it was the first game that I bought on my PlayStation 5, because I bought like the bundle. And it was like, this was way late after the PlayStation ever released, because I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 until years after it had already been out, and we'll get into why I didn't game for a long time here in a little bit. But I put that in and I was like, yo, this game is so slow. And I know that I knew that it was good. I've played through this game twice. So I was like, I'm having an existential crisis with myself. Like, dude, you like this game, and I still like it. You know, there's definitely gameplay elements of it that are still really good, and the story is phenomenal. But I couldn't help but feel like it was so unbelievably slow, just in like the terms of how you move and the controls and how you traverse the world. And I know that it works for this game, because this game is meant to be a slow unfolding of a grand story of these two characters, and it works for this game. But it doesn't change the fact that I felt like this game was slow, and it almost made me not play it again. Like, I almost was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And it's not even for The Last of Us only. It's a lot of games. So that's what we're going to be yapping about today. So brace yourselves to get offended. But I frankly, I don't care, because at the Milky Donut, we give you our honest opinion, and our honest opinion only. Hey there, all you beautiful guardians of the glaze. Welcome back to the Milky Donut. If you're new here, this is the Milky Donut. We do all things video games, movies, and pop culture. And if you're not new here, did you get a haircut recently? Because you're looking a little bit extra handsome today. Well, before I start yapping about why I think a lot of video games feel sluggish these days, I should mention that I do have a goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers as quickly as I can. So if you could go ahead and like this video, leave a glazy comment, hype it if you can, and subscribe, it would help me out a ton. Not only does it help me out, but it also gives you the chance of becoming subscriber of the week, as you can see right here. Every week, I go through my videos and just see who's gone out of their way to leave a little bit of extra support for the Milky Donut channel, and that could very well be you. And if it is you, you get shouted out in every single video that I upload for that week, as well as getting your name put on my little subscriber of the week plaque, as you can see right here with Mr. Nesquik. So if I were you, I would go ahead and subscribe. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I will be announcing the brand new subscriber of the week at the very end, and it could be you. And with all that nonsense out of the way, let's get into why I feel like a lot of video games just feel so unbelievably sluggish. And you know, I'm gonna probably lose some subscribers, but you know, whatever, I don't care. Well, before we get started, I have to give you a little bit of Milky lore so you can kind of catch up on where I am with my gaming journey, to a little bit more understand where I'm coming from. If you're new here, I'm Milky, so there you go, that's that. Don't ask where that came from. But I've been recently playing older games like SNES and NES and PlayStation 1 and even Atari games. And I think it's so funny, like you guys with my videos in my series of playing old games, where I say old, you guys are like, these games aren't old. And then I play Atari games, you guys, these games are not old. And I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna go play. And like the jokes in the comments are so funny, because you guys are like, next video, Milky goes and draws pictures in the dirt with sticks and makes a video on it. Like, it's just funny. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. But I've been playing some older games, and I didn't play video games for probably what was like the better part of at least 10 years now, up until recently. So I played a lot of video games as a kid up until pretty much high school, and I didn't stop because I felt like they were not fun anymore, because I didn't like video games, or because I thought it was like too cool. Like definitely not. But the games that were releasing just weren't hitting the same for me. And when I was in middle school, a big part of what the gaming experience was playing games with my friends. Like, we'd have sleepovers and we played Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Melee and MW2. And then the one game that I played in high school that came out the year I started high school was Black Ops 1. And that was like the one multiplayer game that carried on with me and the boys. But And there was some really good single-player games like Red Dead Redemption, Dead Space, GTA 5, The Last of Us. There's a lot of good games that released, but there just was something missing, and I could slowly see the change of the gaming industry and like the over-corporatization of it, and the games were getting just too similar. So I didn't really play video games for a long time. I didn't even buy a PlayStation 4. I didn't buy an Xbox One, and I didn't buy a PlayStation 5 until way like years after the PlayStation 5 release. So yesterday, for shits and giggles, I decided to play The Last of Us Part 1, and holy shnikes, it felt so slow after playing these games, these older games. And I know that you guys are gonna be like, no, this game, like, I get it. The world of the Last of Us, it's a slow unfolding of these two characters and their journey across this post-apocalyptic world, and it works well for what it sets out to do. I understand that. I really like this game. But even when I played it, when I first got my PlayStation, because I believe I bought the bundle, I thought it was kind of slow. And this was like in my recent trying to get back into gaming. So you have to think, I didn't play video games since early 2010, and this is 2024 probably that I finally got a PlayStation 5, and I was like, this feels weirdly slow to me. Walking around and the controls and button lag, I never really got into, because people would talk about button lag. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a competitive gamer. I don't need the extra micro millisecond that it, but after playing some old games, like some NES games, I was like, okay, so button lag is real. Button lag's real. I'm an idiot. It is a real thing. So, and I'm not even gonna talk, like, this video really has no, like, I'm sorry guys, I honestly am really not good at making unscripted videos. I'm just really, these are literally yap sessions for me to, like, they're like my little therapy sessions, because I refuse to do actual therapy. So you guys are my unofficial therapist, thank you. But when I first put that game in yesterday, I was like walking around and I was doing, I was walking up to items and it would prompt me to press triangle or X or whatever to collect the item or do whatever and reload my weapons. It just felt unbelievably slow to the point where I almost didn't want to play it.
In the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning.
And I was like, I knew that this game was good, so I was having like an existential crisis, because I was, dude, I played The Last of Us when it came out. I had it on the PlayStation 3, and I remember I played through it twice, as a matter of fact. So I liked this game. I knew it was good. I just had a change of perspective, you could say. Because, for example, I've recently played Castlevania 4 for the SNES, and I know you guys are mad at me for playing that game as my first Castlevania game, and I understand. I want to explain to you guys that this is all so new to me. Like, these games are not, like, I grew up on the late PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. Like, PlayStation 3 is really when I got into gaming. So these games, anything before PlayStation 1 is pretty much foreign to me. Now, as a kid, I do remember, like, my neighbors, like, their older siblings having SNES systems and stuff like that, but I didn't know any better, and I apparently played, like, one of the worst ports of all time, which is the Pac-Man port for the Atari 2600, and I had no idea until I uploaded that video, and you guys were like, you played the worst, this is, like, horrible, like, you need to play the arcade version. So I'm gonna go to an arcade and play actual arcade versions of the games that I played for the Atari 2600, at least the ones that are available, just for you guys, because you guys mean everything to me. But I don't even know what it is. Just walking, am I the only one? Like, please let me know in the comments. Like, have you played a game recently? Now, not every game is like this, 100%. And like I said, I know that The Last of Us is not meant to be it's not a platforming game. It's not a strictly gameplay. You're there for the story and the character arcs and the characters. So I understand that not every game has to be this like hyper quick, responsive gaming experience. And I made a statement in my last video, and I said, honestly, I thought I cooked with it. I'm not gonna lie. When I was writing the script, I said, playing these old games made me realize that a lot of new games focus more on the video than they do the game. And I was like, oh man, that's the line right there. But it's real. Like, it really feels like I'm playing an extended cutscene in a lot of games that release now. Now, like I said, there's a lot of games that are coming, like, that have released that are phenomenal and have great gameplay, and there's a ton of indie games that I have to dive into because I haven't I have not gone into a lot of indie games. So I understand that my reach is not that far, and I'm working on it. You guys are here to witness my journey with me, which, you know, a lot of you guys say like you're so jealous that I get to experience a lot of these games for the first time. And yeah, so it's, but that being said, and another example of me feeling like modern games felt slow, and this was, I didn't even have a PlayStation at this time, so I actually played this game, which is Callisto Protocol. We played the whole thing. It was with me, and if you're an OG of the channel, you'll remember that there's a fellow named Donut that's supposed to be on this channel with me, and I'm an idiot, and I haven't talked to Donut for a while, and I need to get a hold of him so we can do this YouTube channel together. But I went over to his house and we played Callisto Protocol, and as a huge fan of Dead Space, I was like, dude, this game's gonna be phenomenal. And it was good. It was not Dead Space good, but it was good. But even then, like, just using the controls, I was like, this feels slow. And then we played Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was like, like, it was weird. It almost like made me sad because I was like, is something wrong with me? And I just realized that I think after PlayStation, like halfway through the PlayStation 3 era, something changed, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of modern games and their controls. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, hype this video if you can, and subscribe to become a guardian of the Glaze. The love on this channel has been absolutely insane the last month and a half, really. I mean, I've doubled my subscribers in less than a month, and the views have been absolutely insane. You guys have been showing up for all the likes and the hypes and the comment section. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, I can't believe like, it's actually so fun. You guys, and I get to experience these old games with you. Old, I know. You can tell me in the comments that they're not old. I understand. But you guys honestly make this so worth it. You guys are always a part of this channel. You're always going to be a part of this channel, even when we have 1 million subscribers. That's why I do the subscriber of the week, which I'm going to get into the brand new one here in a second. But I just want to, this is a heart-to-heart video, honestly. I'm just talking to you guys. The reason I do the subscriber of the week is because I feel like a lot of YouTube channels, they just don't engage enough with their audience. And I feel like you guys are literally the one reason, besides me, like, getting, like, as a therapy, like, just talking about stuff. You guys make it so worth it. And I read all of your guys' comments, and I get overwhelmed because I'm not used to getting hundreds of comments on videos, which has been happening. But I do read all of your guys' comments, and I take criticisms to heart, and I really want to incorporate things that you guys want to see and changes in my videos. So you guys, like, honestly, you guys mean everything. So don't be afraid to comment and leave your thoughts on videos, even if it's negative. If it's done in a respectful way, I'm gonna respect it and listen to it, and if it's something that I feel like should be implemented, it's going to be implemented. I mean, multiple changes have been made recently. I mean, I used to put my little avatar guy in front of the gameplay. You guys hated that. I was like, yeah, you're right. You guys are right. So I changed that in my videos following that video. But anywho's, we're gonna wrap up this yap session that went on for way too long with announcing our brand new subscriber of the week here at the Milky Donut, and that is none other than Mr. DB Butchman. And the reason you are the brand new subscriber of the week is because you gave the Milky Donut channel's first ever super thanks, and man, it really just made your boy Milky feel some type of way. So thank you for being such a great guardian of the Glaze. I can't wait to see you in the future. And as always, don't forget to like, hype, comment, and subscribe to become a guardian of the Glaze. And I'll see you next time on the Milky Donut.